today, we'll be talking about SHX and how it interacts with IBM World Wire. And more interestingly, how I found a suggestion from a person that I talked to a lot about SHX who said that World Wire was planned for IBM's Q2 2024 for its actual launch, and that coincides with a lot of interesting things happening right now with SHX and XLM. So if we look at the price action ever since I just have it here as November 23rd on our SHX USDT pair, we're up about 690% right now. On our on our SHX XRP pair, we're also up about 690%. But the interesting thing about that is if you're trying to get this on the Bitrue exchange, there is a lot of people trying to sell SHX for USDT, but there's more people trying to purchase SHX with XRP. So our price action might be kind of explained by the larger volume of people attempting to cash out into USDT as compared to its XRP pair. But in my own opinion, our price action is at a very good point. We're still high on RSI and MACD, and on our one-day charts, we are now holding this range around 0.004. So as we get into more of the IBM World Wire content, I did ask the people who I know on X if they had heard about this IBM World Wire launch in 2024 and possibly March. There was a video that my person who I talked to about SHX told me about, but unfortunately that has been taken down. It may have been from May of 2023, but unfortunately it is interesting though, as crypto banker SHX commented, that does line up with the U.S. regulations right now. There has been a bill proposed or passed for the regulation of stablecoins. So that is interesting timing. And I will talk about this in a bit, but there is an article on the IBM website that is no longer online, and I was able to go in and find that one. But as we get into the original IBM launch with SHX and its USD token, which is not SHX, as I explained more in my most recent video on this, it's from 2019. And it's all about IBM working with Stronghold and with XLM for their Stronghold USD token. And here is another article on that from 2019 as well, that just goes to explain that there is a partnership with IBM. So here is the official one on the SHX site, IBM and USD to transform things, and it says here that IBM World Wire at that point in time was in 72 countries and is handling FX trades in over 47 currencies. Here is one more article that has been confirmed as it was in 2019. So here is a common question that I did explain more of in my previous one, but let's have, I believe, Sean explain it here.
Doors that otherwise would be very hard to get through. So we're super pleased to have all these people helping us out. And a little on the ecosystem. Most of you are probably aware of these partnerships that we have. Of course, IBM being a key one for us, and we continue to be a vendor of them for providing technology services. We also provided financial services in the form of Blockchain World Wire, which was, I think, 2019 to 2021.
And just to highlight, IBM is a key partnership for us from one of the co-founders who actually worked on XLM and on XRP. So now we get into an individual named Jesse Lund, who popped up in the information that I got that I was trying to confirm more of. So Jesse Lund left IBM, and there is a lot of talk that the whole World Wire thing hasn't been moving forward since then. However, it just isn't true. So as here is an article on that from 2019 as well. He was their head of blockchain for financial services. And here is one video with him.
And I am the event director for Las Vegas for Money 2020.
I'm Jesse Lund. I'm the vice president for blockchain at IBM.
Jesse, thank you so much for joining us for Backstage Talks.
My pleasure.
You just came off of the main stage. Your session was digital assets in the new era of banking. And I kind of want to get your thoughts on the big announcement you just made as well, and kind of what does that mean for the industry and financial services as a whole?
Well, what it means is that IBM's open for business when it comes to payments. And I think as an industry, that means that you have a 108-year-old company that really knows how to run systems with presence in 170 countries around the world. So we're here to help change the landscape of payments and financial services.
You're definitely going to change the landscape with this announcement. Yeah. So are you bullish on the future of technologies like AI and blockchain and their impact on financial services?
I'm very bullish.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is just the beginning. You know, we're at the tipping point of a total transformation of financial services. We've seen disruption in other industries, retail, for example. This is just the beginning of disruption in the most positive sense of the word for banking and for financial services. Yeah.
Okay, so that is a very big thing, and it makes sense, especially because SHX is tied into XRP and XLM, which I'll go back to the PayPal mafia. And because Ripple is an investor in the company as well, and with all of the people who have been involved with these companies, they are all very well connected. So here is another one, and it's about him talking about IBM's cross-border payment network, which is World Wire, and as it relates to XRP.
Just to sort of contrast that, it sounds a little like, you know, this is in the same realm as with Ripple to some extent. You know, can you sort of tell our community sort of how to compare and sort of contrast that as to how that's different and what you guys are sort of doing?
Yeah, so I think credit Ripple for the vision of using a digital asset in order to enact immediate settlement with finality. I think their implementation followed one path. Our implementation is a little bit different. We're not the issuer of an asset. In fact, what we believe is that there should be an ecosystem, a variety of digital assets that provide the settlement instruments that enable these cross-border payments. And the participants on the network should be able to choose and negotiate their choices in real time. And the pricing might be different depending on the settlement instrument you use. Okay. So I think with Ripple, they're looking at XRP as their primary digital asset for settlement. For us, it could be Lumens, it could be Ripple, it could be XRP even, it could be Bitcoin, but it would also probably include other instruments like stablecoins and even eventually, soon, hopefully, central bank issued digital currency.
Okay.
Okay, so everything in there was really interesting, and it's really important for SHX as well, because if you go and look in their white paper, it says that they can use the XRPL as well as running on XLM. And if IBM World Wire can also run on the XRPL or use XRP, then that ties all of these even more together. So yeah, here is that page that I found that is unfortunately not online anymore, but I actually went on the Wayback Machine and found it. Unfortunately, it's not really that exciting. I was hoping that I would find a little bit more, but it is just another IBM World Wire announcement. But I think that the big thing to remember is that World Wire has enabled payment locations in 72 countries, and that pairs up really well, obviously, with what XLM is concentrating on more, which is the peer-to-peer cross-border payments, but they also are involved with the more institutional things as well. They are in a pilot, I think, with Ukraine for a CBDC, and I think I saw something on Argentina as well, and I have some notes on that. I just haven't looked into that more at this time. So I did go and find some old videos with Jesse Lund, and in this one it's got him, Tammy Camp, who is the CEO and co-founder Stronghold, and Jed McCaleb as well, who comes from Ripple but is now with XLM. So if you search for Stronghold in here, I believe this is her talking, but she is talking about them and working with financial institutions and the Federal Reserve. And that's really interesting because her company is also connected to FedNow by way of Bancorp. And I did a video on that as well. And if you continue to search for the name of the company in there, they are talking about their USD token as well, which does run on World Wire on XLM. And then it just kind of talks about it a couple of times more, but yeah, not too much there for this topic at least. And if you do the same thing here, unfortunately there's no results for Stronghold, but if you search for World Wire, there are some comments in here, but it's not as revolutionary as this was an older video as well. There's not really any new information, especially around a 2024 launch possibility. But even though I couldn't find information on this alleged IBM World Wire 2024 launch, I do think there are some really interesting things that IBM has put out that relates to their quantum technology work that is somewhat closely associated with things like World Wire and things that XLM have been working on with their Protocol 20 upgrade, and how all of that actually ties back into SHX and their USD token as well. So this is IBM's roadmap for quantum technology. This one thing, which is a quantum computer chip that was targeted for the end of 2023. And then I found another article on IBM World Wire as well, which I showed in my last video. I don't know when, oh yeah, it's from 2022. But this does explain World Wire and how it runs on XLM, and how it can be used with liquidity providers and financial institutions to actually transact value. So this would be with Stronghold USD. Okay, so the interesting things about how all of this around an alleged 2024 launch of World Wire that might impact the happenings with SHX right now is we obviously had the first governance vote about how much of the SHX token should actually get burned as a part of the whole merchant rewards thing, and how you can earn just by contributing SHX as liquidity. That has been completed. I couldn't find a tweet from them. I don't know why, but I do know that it is complete now. Then you have the XLM Protocol 20 upgrade, which will be up for its mainnet upgrade vote on January 30th of 2024. I believe the testing has been completed or is almost complete. But one of the interesting things about that is that Soroban smart contracts are coming to the XLM network with Protocol 20, which if SHX runs on the XLM network, then SHX and their USD token with World Wire can now begin to use smart contracts that run on the XLM network and avoid having to work with the Ethereum virtual machine, which makes everything a lot more cost effective. So yeah, here is the Soroban docs site, and you can poke around in there about how things actually work. But I just thought it was really interesting, especially because I was provided a little information that IBM World Wire has some kind of a launch soon in 2024, and it involved Jesse Lund from IBM.